In Barcelona, the BCN SUP World Fest. Welcome everybody. If you're just joining us now, we've got Taryn King right there warming up and saying hi. We've got Holy Pie from England. We've got Yona Rivet from France. Gaël Papono from France. Erika Reville from France. Alba Frey from Fuerteventura, Spain. Duna Gordillo from Mallorca, Spain. Ines Blanc from Santa Pola, Alicante, Spain. Mari Carmen Rivera is there. Jenny Kahnbach is also there. So Mari Carmen has got the Infinity Ever Ready right there. Susak Molinero is there. Maddie Mackesy from New Zealand. We have Anaïs Guillaume, definitely a favorite for the long distance. Anaïs Guillaume from France. We've got Maddie Leblanc from Canada on the Flying Fish Freedom board. Velia Pisanelli on the NSP board, one of the young athletes from Taranto, Italia. Claudia Postiglione, two-time junior world champion in 2023. She's having a bit of some health issues this season, so not at the top of her game. Nevertheless, she's on the starting line. We've got, of course, the 9-time world champion, the women's #1, Esperanza Bardera. She's got that look of determination on her face. She won it last year ahead of Mari Carmen Rivera. We also have over there Annabelle Page, the one of the new exciting faces on the circuit. We also have Mélanie Lafenêtre. I didn't even say her name. Mélanie Lafenêtre from France, the two-time world champion in sprint and technical race in 23 and 2022. We also have Brianna Orange from New Zealand, so two New Zealanders, and Sveva Sabato right there in the water right now. Sveva Sabato, 15-year-old Sveva Sabato, who made a big statement to TotalSUP. I want to be junior world champion this year. Let's see if she gets it at only 15 years old. Sveva Sabato has got huge ambition. She comes from the club of Taranto in southern Italy, and she trains with a huge team of youngsters, all equally talented, and coached by Mario Tagarelli. And that's the club where Claudia Postiglione is coming from, the two-time junior world champion who stunned the world when she managed to beat Cecilia Pampinella in Thailand 2 years ago at the ICF SUP World Championship. All right, how much battery have I got with me? I'm gonna keep the charger on for a little bit more, so hopefully the sound quality is gonna be okay. But I need to make sure that this phone stays fully charged until the very end. So I will be switching the plug at some point for a better sound with my headset. So it will be the phone sound right now. Hopefully it's okay for now. When it gets too windy, I will try and switch. All right. So keep sharing that live stream. We've got a huge live stream for us today with this major international event, stop #4 of the Euro Tour. We are in Barcelona. This is where TotalSUP was born 12 years ago. Right here where I used to live. I spent 11 years of my life in this amazing city, and I come back to the Catalan capital at least twice a year. And this is also where my two boys were born. So many memories here, many friends over here, and this is where I learned how to paddle as well. So a bit of a personal attachment to this wonderful place, and so happy that we have now an international event right here, put together by Carlos Lopez. This is one of the guys I used to paddle with. He's now the president of the Spanish Surfing Federation, believe it or not, as well as the president of the Catalan Federation. So pretty active guy, who's now a full-time professional with the with the Spanish Surfing Federation. I can see Susak Molinero is having a little goodbye kiss from Paolo Marconi, her husband over there, with the young Kilian, their son, giving a kiss to mommy as well. All right, we are 4 minutes away from the start. I guess a little bit less than that, because at the 1 minute mark, that will be the last warning, 1 minute, and then the horn can blow at any moment. So let's recap who we've got. Oh, I didn't mention her name. On the right hand side, the French athlete Olympe Vernet, former canoe kayak champion from the Ardèche region in France. This is where they organize the Marathon de l'Ardèche, a 30-kilometer downriver race. I see Taryn King from South Africa, the only South African representative. She is a Sonova rider, and she finally has her board. Last week she was discovering a new board lent to her at the last minute. It was an NSP 3-minute call. Who else do I see? Holly Pye from England, from the south of England. She's a consistent paddler, always on starboard, and she also has a show, a podcast with Maddy Leblanc, who's also on the starting line. It's called the Rise and Glide with Paddle Logger, the timing app Paddle Logger, who supports TotalSUP as well. Who have we got here? Yona Rive. Oh, Claudia Lucetta. Claudia Lucetta, she competes in the 40 plus division. She is a NSP rider. She's from Italy and she lives in Fuerteventura. Right next to her, the blonde athlete Yona Rive, also on NSP, coached by Vincent Guillaume, whom we've just seen, actually just behind her, speaking to Greg Limlet in the background. Right next to her, another French athlete, Gaëlle Paponneau. She's from the center of France. Then we've got Erika Reville, another French athlete, but she lives in Fuerteventura. She's been living there with her family for more than 10 years. Then Alba Frey, the 2024 ISA Sprint World Champion. Then Cecilia Pampinella, I don't know how many junior world champion titles she's got. But many Cecilia Pampinella from Roma, Civitavecchia, I think, near Rome. Then Duna Gordillo, the 2024 ISA and ICF Technical Race World Champion. Ines Blin, one of the young and promising athletes from Spain. Emily Evans from Wales, a former team rafting champ. Who else have we got? Maddie Mackesy, I think. Is that her? Marie Carmen Rivera, one of the favorites for the win along Esperanza Barreras. They are getting ready. Let's see who takes the best stall. We've got Esperanza Barreras, the favorite, right next to Melanie Lafenêtre over there. But Marie Carmen Rivera already on her feet and paddling hard. Marie Carmen Rivera, the Infinity Speed Freak from Puerto Rico, taking the lead, followed by Duna Gordillo, Ines Blin, Alba Frey, Taryn King in front of us, giving a big push with Cecilia Pampinella on the starboard. But it is Marie Carmen Rivera, Duna Gordillo, and on the other side, Esperanza Barreras, Marie Carmen, Melanie Lafenêtre, apologies, on an Infinity board, and Sveva Sabato, the promising 15-year-old from Italy, already at the front of the race. All the favorites at the very front: Alba, Marie Carmen Rivera, Duna Gordillo, Esperanza Barreras, Melanie Lafenêtre just lurking behind, Sveva Sabato. On the left-hand side at the front, on starboard, Alba Frey taking with her Sveva Sabato. I think Cecilia Pampinella, Cecilia Pampinella. And at the front, oh, Espe goes down. Espe has gone down. Espe, who was second, is now in 6th or 7th place. Her hat, oh wow, she's in 15th place now. Espe, that's going to be the big challenge of the race. Esperanza Barreras now in 20th position with her hat clinging at the back, at the very, very back now. Esperanza Barreras, who was in second place, fell down, fell in, and that leaves Mari Carmen Rivera, potentially the huge favorite for this race, knowing how she's performed in the past events. Duna Gordillo next to her on the NSP, Alba Frey in third, Melania Fenet fourth, Sveva Sabato fifth, sixth place for Cecilia Pampinella. We are gonna have a huge story today. Oh wow, Espe goes down. Espe goes down once again. She's got something wrong with her board over there. I don't know what's going on, but Esperanza Barreras, the winner of last year's, has got something stuck at the back. Looks like she's having some trouble with her fin maybe, or with her tail. She is at the very, 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 very back, 300 meters away from Mari Carmen Rivera, the one athlete that she had a huge battle with last year here in Barcelona. They were 1 and 2 for the most of the race, and then Esperanza Barreras managed to place the acceleration when it most counted and finished in first place after a huge fight between two friends. Actually, they both train with ORI training, but the big upset for this women's race so far, as we are 800 meters only into the race. Esperanza Barreras went down and went from second to the very last in a field of maybe 30 athletes. She is at the very, very, very back. If she manages to be on the podium, and she is capable of doing so, this will be just a huge, enormous feat. That leaves a huge door open, a huge boulevard for Mari Carmen Rivera on the Infinity Ever Ready, for Duna Gordillo on the NSP Carolina, for Alba Frey on the Starboard All-Star, for Melanie Lafenêtre on the Infinity Ever Ready. So Melanie Lafenêtre from France, former world champion, has joined Team Infinity. We've had for the past 3 months an article ready to be published, but because she was traveling, she didn't have her boards with her, so we couldn't publish some decent pictures. And we're going to finally be able to do that in the next few days. Melania Fenet officially now with Team Infinity. She was with, there's a fisherman right there in the middle of the coast. In the middle of international competition, a guy is fishing with his wife and actually just saying, making sign that we're actually the crazy ones here. Anyway, pretty mad situation over there. At the front, Mari Carmen Rivera, Duna Gordillo second, Alba Frey third, Melania Fenet fourth, and that young athlete already at the front, 15-year-old Sveva Sabato, who had a big article on TotalSUP published yesterday. She was interviewed by Sabe Fischer, who works for TotalSUP, also an NSP rider, by the way, Sabe, from Switzerland. And the title was a pretty big statement. I want to be junior world champion, and she wants it this year. She was fifth in the open women's technical race last week in Santa Pola. So she's seems in a huge field, with a huge field of athletes in Santa Pola last week. Pretty much the same as today, but she's already at the front. Sveva Sabato right there on the NSP, coached by Mario Tagarelli in Taranto, Italy. And I can see some Italians shouting "Forza! Forza Sveva!" Then it's another Italian, and it is Cecilia Pampinella. But Cecilia should be careful because she's not clearly sucked by that draft behind that tail in front of her, and there's a bit of a gap in front of Cecilia Pampinella. So I wouldn't call it a big group so far because of that gap, about 4 meters behind Sveva Sabato. So it's a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the front, then a bit of a gap, and Cecilia Pampinella. I would be concerned if I was behind Cecilia, because Cecilia is losing the draft, and Claudia Postiglione and Iona Rive are suffering from that. So I can see Anaïs Guillaumard, who was 4th last year in the long distance. She is on a 3-bay board, a yellow board, is trying to overtake Iona, Claudia and Cecilia to try and reconnect with that group at the front, because that gap is getting bigger and bigger, and Cecilia Pampinella seems to be unable in that chop to reconnect exactly behind Sveva Sabato's tail. At the front, the determined look of Mari Carmen Rivera. She knows that her big opponent Esperanza Barreras made a big mistake at the start, maybe because of a gear incident. She fell in and she finished at the very back of the group. She's actually giving a big push now on that Infinity Ever Ready. The girl from Puerto Rico trying to break away from Duna Gordillo, the 2-time 2024 world champion in technical racing, and Alba Frey, the ISA Sprint World Champion 2024. Another world champion behind them. On Infinity, once again, Mélanie Lafenette from France, and it is Sveva Sabato. And I told you about that gap. That gap is increasing between that group of 5. And now Anaïs Guillaumard, who was 4th last year, the French athlete in the chase, as well as Cecilia Pampinella, the phenomenon from Italy, with so many junior world champions and some open women's podiums over the past few years. She is not a junior anymore. She is an open woman athlete. Iona Rive over there from Brest in that's in French Brittany, northwest of France, on the NSP Carolina, trying to stay with Anaïs Guillaumard, her friend, and she takes with her another NSP athlete. That's Claudia Postiglione, the 2-time junior world champion 2023 with the ICF. And here we have Jenny Kalmbach, who was 5th in the long distance last week in Santa Pola. Very experienced. What a woman. She's going to try and stay with that group. That's when you don't want to lose the plot and get too much distance in front of you. So she's going to try and stay with Claudia Postiglione. Then it's Maddy Leblanc after a 10-meter gap behind Jenny Kalmbach. Maddy Leblanc from Canada with Ines Blin from Santa Pola. And then Susak Molinero on a Sonova board. Taryn King on Sonova as well. But at the back, I didn't count. And then Annabelle Page. Oh, disappointing start for Annabelle Page, who did have a taste of a Eurotour podium 2 weeks ago in Sancti Petri in Andalusia near Cadiz. She comes from Newcastle, England, and she's got an NSP Carolina. She's just behind Taryn King, who's trying to use her super sprint powers to reconnect with Ines Blin in front of her. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th Taryn King, 15th Annabelle Page, 16th Erica Reville, 17th Brianna Orams from New Zealand, 18th Velia Pisanelli, I think, Maddie McKessie in 20th and 19th in front of her, Emily Evans. Then it's Holly Pye, 21, I think, and trying to make a comeback, Esperanza Barreras. Let's try and get with, yeah, let's go. With Esperanza Barreras, see what happened to her. Olen Vernet at the back. Then it is the Brazilian Daniela Castro Paiva from Brazil. Gaël Papono at the back. That's a surprising sight at the very back, Gaël Papono. So let's try and figure out what's happening to SP. The big favorite had a huge fall at the start. She lost her hat, or almost lost her hat. It took her a while to recover. Then she went back up on her board and saw that there was something wrong going on at the back of her board. Something with the leash, the tail, the fin. Something stuck. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out the story behind this, but Mari-Carmen Rivera is probably spotting that her big opponent from last year and good friend Esperanza Barreras is at the very back. So she has a huge boulevard for her, and she is the favorite right now in the long distance. She won the technical race event in Santa Pola last week, and she was second in the long distance. So we have now a clear favorite with Esperanza Barreras being 300-400 meters behind. Mari-Carmen Rivera is going to try and keep that distance away from Duna Gordillo and Alba Frey. So now we have, after that buoy turn, a pretty broken field with a 20-meter lead for the woman from Puerto Rico with the big OR training sticker on her Infinity Ever Ready. Of course, she's got the Puerto Rico flag. She is now the favorite of this long distance race, but watch out for two world champions, actually three world champions in the chase. Duna Gordillo, Alba Frey, the two Spaniards, and Mélanie Lafenêtre, who has got a world title in sprints, in technical racing, but not in long distance. Let's see if Mélanie Lafenêtre, who's currently fourth, can stay on that podium. She's got some pretty strong long distance racers behind her. I think the biggest threat on that field could come from actually two athletes, Anaïs Guillaumard and Jenny Kalmbach. I think these are, that's not Jenny here, so that's Yona Rivet. That's Yona Rivet. But I have the feeling that seeing what I've seen so far this season, Jenny Kalmbach and Anaïs Guillaumard could finish really, really strong. Zveva Sabato, I know she's very good in technical racing. Can she stay that long at the front with some top international women's in a long distance? You know what? We're just going to find out. But watch out for Anaïs Guillaumard, Yona Rivet, and Claudia Postilione over there, Jenny Kalmbach, and Cecilia Pampinella on the starboard. I'm against the light, so I was sort of hesitating here as to who was that athlete on starboard. Quick look at that Hotel W Hotel. It's got a big W sign on the side, and we call it Hotel Vela, the sail hotel, and it's a huge landmark here in the heart of Barcelona. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for Mélanie Lafenêtre, getting distanced by Alba Frey and Duna, and I have the feeling that these two, Anaïs Guillaumard and Zveva Sabato, are going to be able to catch up. That's a pretty smart move by Zveva. She was probably tired from that pretty hectic start, and Anaïs Guillaumard seems to be coming back to the front with a fresh and powerful stroke, and Zveva Sabato is using her to try and not stay away, because she clearly lost some distance behind Mélanie Lafenêtre. Then we've got in the chase a group of 4 with Yona Rivet, Claudia Postilione, Jenny Kalmbach and Cecilia Pampinella. And then it is Susak Molinero pushing hard. She is the Catalan pro athlete, but she lives in Italy, in Salivoli. She runs a club with Paolo Marconi called SUP Salivoli. So if you're ever in the northern part of Italy, Salivoli region, give this woman a call for some coaching or some SUP rental. Madi Leblanc, the Canadian/Floridian athlete on Flying Fish, officially now a Flying Fish pro athlete, sorry. She's got the Freedom board. It's not the Freedom Pro model, it's the Freedom model. and that board is actually going to stay in Europe so that Maddie can come to this side of the world for more international competitions over the years to come. Behind her on Sonova, that's Taryn King from South Africa. Then it's Ines Blin on NSP with Annabelle Page from England. And guess who? Esperanza Barreras, who is now next to Annabelle Page and behind Ines Blin. So let's see if Esperanza Barreras manages to reconnect to the front. We are 2.5k into the race. I can see Oscar Ruiz over there. Oscar waving at us over there, giving some tips to Esperanza Barreras, but also to Marie Carmen at the front. The two athletes are from the OR training group, Oscar Ruiz. OR stands for Oscar Ruiz. They train in Fuerteventura. And look at Esperanza Barreras. This is the event within the race. The big upset that Esperanza Barreras, caller Espe, has known after not even a minute into the race. A big fall, something wrong with the board, I have the feeling. And then she went from last to here, about 15th place right now for Esperanza Barreras, and she still has potentially 8 kilometers to go, actually more than that, 9 kilometers to go to potentially reconnect to the front. She's got a lot of top athletes to take on in front of her. Taryn King, Maddie Leblanc, Susak Molinero, and another 10 athletes at the front. Marie Carmen Rivera, I can see she's still got a pretty good lead, maybe 10 meters over Alba Frey and Duna Gordillo. And then it's a huge gap. Melania Fenet is on her own, and Anaïs Guillaume from France as well, currently 5th. Oh, Maddie Mackesy, retirada. Maddie Mackesy, we heard that Maddie Mackesy from New Zealand has pulled out from the race. Not sure why. That's what I've just heard in Spanish on the radio. So Maddie Mackesy, if you are cheering for Maddie, unfortunately Maddie Mackesy had to pull out from the race. Not sure why. We're staying a little bit with the 9-time world champion Esperanza Barreras, who's probably going to see in a few seconds how much of a gap she has to close before she joins where the top 3 athletes, if ever. She's capable of doing it for sure, but it's going to be tough for that world champion from Fuerteventura, Esperanza Barreras. We've got 3 women at the front now, so it looks like Alba Frey and Duna Gordillo were able to catch up with Marie Carmen Rivera. So Marie Carmen has not managed to create that gap, and we know that Alba Frey can do it all. She had an amazing start of the season with some major wins with the European SUP League, but also I was going to say with the Euro Tour. No, she didn't have any win with the Euro Tour, Alba, but she had several. She won everything in Melilla, which was pretty incredible, as we were mixing the European SUP League races, but also some Spanish championships. So that weekend she was twice Spanish champion in front of Esperanza Barreras and Duna Gordillo, but also European SUP League winner of 2 races. And the weekend before, she in Malaga at the Battle for Hercules, she was able to win another race, the long distance race, which was pretty incredible. Duna Gordillo won the technical race. Here we have Emily Evans, Erica Reville. One is on Sonova, she's from Wales, and a former whitewater rafting champion. We've got from New Zealand here, Brianna Orams, call her Brie, on a, I have the feeling this is Michael Booth's board, with the Show and Partners sticker. At the back, Holy Pie. I think Daniela? No, Claudia Lucetta from Italy. And right here, Emily Evans. Behind Erica Reville. And let's catch up to the front. Max, Captain Max, let's go. Evans, Erica Reville, comes William Isabelli from Italy, right there, Ines Blanc from Spain, England, and a weekend, and it is Karen King, Matty LeBlanc, Esperanza Barderas, so now actually entering or getting close to the top 10, did manage to overtake Taryn and Maddie, she's just behind Susan Molinero now. There in 10th place, Susan Molinero 11, Esperanza Barreras is going to be able to overtake finishes on the podium after this disastrous start. He's basically saying, you girls start 3 minutes ahead of me and I'll catch up with you. That's exactly what she is currently trying to attempt. Esperanza Barreras in 11th place now. She overtook 3 top international athletes within a few minutes, and she's got Cecilia Pampinella now in sight. In front, Claudia Postiglione 9th, Leona Rive 8th, Jenny Kambach 7th, then a group of 3, Zara Sabato at the back, Mélanie Lafenêtre, and Guillaume side by side, so fighting for the podium. That's our top 6, with our top 3 women being right here, right now, Mari Calvete, Rivera, Puerto Rico, Alba Frey, Fuerteventura, Spain, and Duna Gordillo. Once again, it's an islander story at the front, with the island of Puerto Rico, the island of Fuerteventura, and the island of Mallorca. But 2 different countries, with Puerto Rico and Spain. Is when the wind usually picks up here in Barcelona, and that's from personal experience that I can tell you that. I used to paddle a lot over here for close to 10 years, and basically when you want to downwind, you go one way, you leave at 10, and at about 11 you turn around. The wind has picked up, and you go back on a downwind mode. So top 3, let's look at the situation right now. Puerto Rico, Spain, and Spain. Then a gap of 70 meters. 70 meters, and Anaïs Guillaumard, Mélanie Lafenêtre, 2 French athletes, one on a 3-bay custom board, and the other one on an Infinity Ever Ready. Are in the chase, and they're taking with them the young Sveva Sabato. Anaïs Guillaumard is probably the one which is less capped right now, but she's probably the strongest out of the two athletes from France right now, from what she showed in Santa Pola last weekend. Let's see if she proves me right on that one. So top 6, and then now already in. Oh, sorry, no, I apologize. I was getting excited a little bit too early. There is a chasing group of 3, but it's not Esperanza Barreras. Espe is currently in 7, 8, 9, 10th place. 10th place for Esperanza Barreras. We've got the Euro Tour crew right there. They are doing stories on Instagram, so you can also see a few stories from the Euro Tour crew on Instagram. It's actually Bela Diaz, the founder director of the Euro Tour, is actually posting live right now. Look at that amazing view. You know what? Let's go just behind them. We're gonna have an amazing shot, and we are far enough from the athletes at the back. Now behind. This is a pretty amazing shot. I love to position the boat behind an athlete when I'm sure that we are far enough away from the athletes at the front, and you can appreciate the quality of the paddling there. Duna Gordillo on the NSP, the 2024 ISA and ICF technical race world champion from Mallorca, from Port Adriano in the southwest of the island. Then it is Fuerteventura, Spain, in front of her with Alba Frey, the world champion also from 2024. She won the sprint world title in Copenhagen, and she did manage to actually overtake in that sprint final Mari Carmen Rivera, who's just placed her camelback in her mouth right now, so a bit of hydration. Oh, big surge! So that was the move. She took a big sip, and then she went on a big surge. So Mari Carmen Rivera trying to break the field, but Alba Frey is staying close. We know that Alba Frey can be a very strong finisher. We know Duna Gordillo loves the technical aspect of the chop. So you have here really 3 potential contenders for not just for the podium but for the first place. They are all capable of taking the win today. I thought that with the big push Mari Carmen had at the start, that she would be able to keep those 2 athletes away from her. That is not the case. We are still in lap number 1, so we're probably at the 4.5 kilometer mark right now, with maybe 1 kilometer to go until we reach the beach over there. The 2 towers, Torre Mapfre, the Port Olympic. You can see the huge wall that used to be I used to paddle along that, and that is very choppy. And I was when I was learning how to SUP, I was always on my knees there, but that was a long time ago. I don't fall anymore. So top 3, Puerto Rico, Spain, and that's Sveva Sabato now has made a move just after the buoy. The 15-year-old from Taranto, Italia, with a pink top and the NSP board, is trying to show some top international open women 10 years older than her. Actually, Mélanie Lafenette celebrated her 25th birthday just yesterday, so a very happy birthday to Mélanie Lafenette, the Infinity Speed Freak. I'll say that again when I'm close to her. So she can get a little boost from that. And Anaïs Guillaumard is currently in 6th place, the athlete from France. All right, a quick look at your comments. All right, so much wind interference. Okay, point taken. I'm gonna switch to my headset right now, and hopefully we should finish with a good sound. All right, that sound should be better now. Ben, can you, Ben Sykes, can you confirm the sound? Hopefully the sound is coming from the headset and is better now. So we've got over there 3 athletes at the front. Puerto Rico with Mari Carmen, Alba Frey from Fuerteventura, Spain, and Duna Gordillo, and the gap is pretty big, about 100 meters. So wider than what we saw earlier on. We have Melina Fenêtre now overtaking Sveva Sabato, and we've got Anaïs Guillaume on the yellow 3-bay board. Then it's a big gap again, but smaller than the one in front of them. And I believe that's Jenny Kalmbach over there on her own, trying to stay away from, now in 8th place, Esperanza Barreras. It's incredible what Espe is doing. She's managed to overtake Susak Molinero, Diona Rive, Claudia Postiglione, Cecilia Pampinella left at the back. So Esperanza Barrera closing in now on Jenny Kalmbach from Costa Rica, and she's got one big group to go before she can hope to get closer to 2 world champions and 1 vice world champion. Mari Carmen Rivera is yet to win her first world title. She was going to have it, or so we thought, in the technical race event of the ICF SUP Worlds in 2024, but a bit of chaos at the buoy, and I believe a penalty against, was it Seychelles, made that she lost that first place, and therefore hopes of getting a first world title, first gold medal. But over the past 3 years, Mari Carmen Rivera has been consistently on the podium, winning silver medals and bronze medals in many different disciplines. So sprints, technical race, and long distance. And that one's gonna hurt, by the way, when I see Esperanza Barreras overtaking all these girls, with Jenny Kalmbach saying that she is in 5th place. So she's no, she's not in 5th place. She is in 7th place, and she's got Esperanza Barreras just behind her. I mean, she's probably thinking, all right, I'm not gonna stay in that position for too long now that Espe is trying to move herself at the front. But Jenny Kalmbach currently in 7th place behind Melina Fenêtre, Anaïs Guillaume, and Sveva Sabato, the 15-year-old athlete from Italy. Then there's that big gap, which is not getting smaller. And Mari Carmen Rivera, Alba Frey, and Duna Gordillo. I have the feeling right now that Alba Frey is probably the smartest. She is clinging to that tail, that infinity board in front of her, and saving a bit of energy. Her stroke is, well, she's also taller, so her stroke is definitely slower than that of Mari Carmen just in front of her. 3 brands at the front, Infinity with the Ever Ready, Starboard with the All-Star, and NSP with the Carolina. That's not the Carolina Evo. I know that Duna loves the new Carolina Evo. I think she had it for most of the racing last weekend, but she's on a Carolina model now, the production one. By the way, on that note, NSP is introducing 2 new boards. Maybe a 3rd one as well, but that's for later, I think. But the Carolina Evo and the Ninja Evo are not actually replacing the production boards, the Carolina and the Ninja. There just are 2 additions to the range. We look forward to the new stuff coming out of California with Infinity. I think there's something coming up for 2027. We'll see. But that Infinity Hub already has been very, very successful among top athletes, but also amateur racers. It's the board that can do it all. Of course, the All-Star has been a trademark model for many years now. It evolves every year. And Starboard has just announced the new Gen R. Has just announced the launch of the new Gen R, Generation R, and you can read about it on TotalSUP.com. That was a news published just a few days ago on TotalSUP.com. So have a look at the new Gen R on TotalSUP.com if you want to find out more about this board. So it's Puerto Rico, Spain, and Spain. 3 islanders at the front from 2 different countries and 3 different brands, and that big gap, still 100 meters with Sveva Sabato, Anaïs Guillaumard, Mélanie Lafenette, so that top 6, and then in 7th place right now after a disastrous start, probably worst upsets of the 2025 season so far. Esperanza Barrera in 7th. Look at Mari Carmen trying to stay at the front and being successful at doing so. Mari Carmen Rivera from Puerto Rico. A bit of waves. Duna Gordillo is going to love that. In 3rd place. There is a bit of a bump indeed, and Mari Carmen Rivera manages to grab one. She's pretty fast at picking up her board right there. Mari Carmen Rivera in the lead. Good glide for the athlete. Oh, Alba Frey goes down. Alba Frey goes down. Duna Gordillo takes advantage of that. Alba has got to push hard if she wants to stay at the front. If she loses the plot now, she'll be on her own. That is a big mistake committed by Alba Frey. She's got a 5-meter gap to close as Mari Carmen Rivera and Duna Gordillo are pushing hard at the front. I think Alba Frey is going to be okay though. That gap is reducing in front of her, but she's definitely got to push hard. In the chase, the young 15-year-old from Taranto, Italia, on the NSP, coached by Mario Tagarelli, and she trains with many kids in southern Italy. Sveva Sabato, 15-year-old. Probably her best race so far. She was 5th last week in the open women's division in the technical race. She is currently in 4th place ahead of Anaïs Guillaumard. Good re-entry by Anaïs. And Mélanie Lafenette. Oh, Mélanie! She goes down. Come on, Mel! Allez, Mel! Mélanie Lafenette is losing a bit of ground there. That was a big mistake. And Esperanza Barreras is coming back onto the athletes to Stack Molinero just behind her. She lost her sunglasses, and it took her a couple of seconds to reposition her sunglasses. Then we've got Yona Ribe. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, Espe, 8th, Susak, 9, Yona, and 10, Jenny Kalmbach. Then we've got Claudia Postiglione, the junior world champion from 2023, in 11th place. Huge race. And some textbook mistakes that are paid dearly. Esperanza Barreras currently overtaking Mélanie Lafenette. Esperanza Barreras now positioning herself in 6th place with Sveva Sabato and Anaïs Guillaumard. That's just a huge comeback that Esperanza Barreras is doing, is currently achieving. We've got Maddie Leblanc from Canada in 12th place for the pro athletes from the Flying Fish squad. That's the Florida brand, led by John Miskaukas. Come on, Madi, Ali, Ali, Madi, let's go. And then we've got Velia Pisanelli from Italy, number 84 on the NSP. Then Taryn King. Slow re-entry for Taryn. Come on, Taryn. Catch up with the youngsters at the front. Then we've got Annabelle Page, who, so where are we now? 12, 13, 14, 15th Annabelle, 16th Ines. Vamos, Ines! And what's happening here? I have the feeling that some people are stopping. Cecilia Pampinella pulling out. Cecilia Pampinella, another upset. Cecilia Pampinella from Italy pulling out of the race. The Italian, I guess, wasn't feeling it. Cecilia? Okay. So Cecilia, yeah, who just pulls out. And who have we got here? Is it 16th or 17th? Emily Evans from Wales, waiting for the bump. A nice little bump there for the Welsh athlete with a Sonova board. That's her personal board, I believe. I don't think she's sponsored by Sonova. I'm pretty sure she isn't. And she actually got that board from a Tahitian athlete who used to live in France. And he sold the board before going to Tahiti to live. Going back to Tahiti. Erika Reville from Fuerteventura / France. She lives on the Canary island of Fuerteventura, trying to shake those arms, make sure the blood flows in them. Then it is Brianna Orams and Holly Pye. Brianna Orams from New Zealand and Holly Pye from England. This is Erika Reville, who now works for TotalSUP, so she does interviews and articles for TotalSUP. And here comes Brianna Orams, New Zealand, and Holly Pye from England. Come on, Holly. Come on, Brie. Here comes Claudia Lucchetta from Italy, but she lives in Fuerteventura. And that youngster, I don't know who she is. No. Did he say Postiglione? Is she part of the Postiglione family? Not sure. Okay, I think we should go back. We've got Gael Papono right here. And who is it at the back on the NSP? Is it Daniela? I think we got Daniela over there from Brazil. I'm pretty sure that's or Daniela Castro Paiva from São Paulo. Let's go to the front. Let's go wide. All right, hang on tight, guys. We're gonna catch up with the front, and we'll stay with the front until the end of this very, very exciting race. Keep sharing that live stream, please. It just takes a click of a button to share the stream. Share it on your personal profile, on your club group, on your local discussion groups, and let's bring in the crowd. We are a pretty good number right now. We had a very, very exciting men's race, and this is race number 2 of the day, the women's race. Tomorrow morning we'll be together for I guess 3-4 hours easy with a technical race competition. I don't think there's any prize money for that one, but it was very popular last year, and we hope it is popular again this year. Passing now Emily Evans. Come on, Emily. the Welsh athlete, former whitewater champ. And at the front, there's a huge gap in front of Emily Evans. And we've got the top 10, I think, in front, scattered all around. We've got our fisherman friends. Hopefully he catches some fish. Hopefully all these top athletes are bringing in fish. And this is Barcelona, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I spent 11 years of my life. And you know what? I might come back here one day. I miss it a little bit. I miss the international lifestyle over here. It's just a huge international city in just 2 hours south of the French border. Now, passing Annabelle Page, Ines Blanc, two young athletes. One of them is a junior. That's Ines. I think Annabelle is 20 or 21. She comes from Newcastle, England. She's a Geordie. And then Ines in front of her. Then we've got Taryn King. Come on, Taryn! Taryn King. Then Maddie LeBlanc, Canada. Miss TotalSUP as well. She does a lot of great work for TotalSUP. And she's a flying fish athlete. Then it's Velia Pisanelli, also from that club with the many youngsters from Taranto, SUP Academy Taranto. Another one from Taranto, that's the junior 2023 junior world champion, Claudia Postiglione, on an NSP board. This is our top 9, top 10. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Susak Molinero. Susak Molinero 10. Claudia Postiglione 11. Then ninth place, Yona Rivet, France. Staying right now is Jenny Kahnbach in 8th place. 7th place over there, the 15-year-old Sveva Sabato from Taranto, Italy. 987. 6th place, Mélanie Lafenêtre on the Infinity Ever Ready. 5th place right now, Anaïs Guillaumard from France. 5th place, she's on the podium. And she is staying with Esperanza Barreras, who did manage the incredible feat to fall after 200 meters of racing, then being pushed back to the very, very last. And when I say last, I say 30 meters behind the last one. Last. And she is now in 4th place, trying to reconnect with the 3 women at the front. But I mean, I very, very much doubt that is going to happen. If that happens, then Espe is of a different breed. If Espe manages to come back onto Duna, Alba, and Mari Carmen, that is just one of the biggest stories of the history of SUP racing. Just the fact that she is currently virtually on the podium in 4th place in front of Anaïs Guillaumard after that disastrous event is just huge. But she is managing to break away from Anaïs. Huh? So let's climb back. Oh, Susak in 10th place goes down. Claudia Postiglione saw that. Susak Molinero goes down. Is she gonna stay in 10th place? I think she will, because she's past the buoy. So Susak 10, Claudia 11. In front of us. And we can stay close to them. trying to overtake Sveva Sabato. We've got Jenny Kalmbach and Yona Rivet. Jenny Kalmbach on the right-hand side. And Yona Rivet now overtaking Sveva Sabato. So it is Costa Rica, France, and Italy right now. Sveva is going to try and make sure that she stays with Yona Rivet in that draft. She's currently sitting in 9th, so here we are 9, 8, and 7. Jenny Kalmbach actually closing in fast on Mélanie Lafenette, who celebrated her birthday yesterday. The 25-year-old now, Mélanie Lafenette, on the Infinity ever ready, has got a 10-meter gap. She is in 6th place, and she's ahead of Jenny from Costa Rica, Yona from France, and Sveva from Italy. Now in clear 4th place. In clear 4th place now, with a 20-meter gap for her, ahead of Anaïs Guillaumard, Esperanza Barreras. That's just unbelievable what Espe is doing. If Espe gets better than 4th in this race, I mean, I eat my hat. I literally eat my hat. Mélanie Lafenette at the buoy turn, 6th place. Jenny, 7th. Pretty slow turn, and Yona Rivet is trying to squeeze in. So equal 7, so 7, 8. And 9th place for Sveva Sabato, 15-year-old Sveva, who wants a junior world title this year. We'll see if that happens. I guess she's aiming for the Abu Dhabi ICF SUP World Championships taking place, well, clearly in Abu Dhabi, at the end of October. At the back, Susak Molinero, Claudia Postiglione, 2 generations of SUP racing paddling side by side. Claudia Postiglione overtaking the Catalan athletes, but both of them live in Italy, in 2 different regions of Italy. The field is getting broken between Yona Rivet, Jenny, and Sveva, and it looks like Mélanie was able to give a big push after that buoy. She is in 6th place right now. She's got Anaïs Guillaumard to beat if she wants to be on the podium and get a taste of that money on offer, but prize money on offer for the top 5. At the front, it is a group of 2 now and not 3. Alba Frey is still, it seems, paying that mistake she made re-entering the water after entering lap number 2, at the start of lap number 2. And I have the feeling now it's Duna Gordillo. Woo! Laser eyes. Duna Gordillo just now is overtaking Mari Carmen Rivera, so I think we've got a new leader. It is Duna Gordillo, NSP, Mari Carmen Rivera, Infinity, and then Alba Frey in 3rd. And in the chase, the powerhouse Esperanza Barreras has managed to put herself in 4th place. And I very much doubt, given the quality of and the talent that she's got in front of her, that she gets better than that after that huge fall at the start. We'll see. We'll see. It's not over until it's over. 5th place, Anaïs Guillaumard over there. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can appreciate who's in 5th place right now. Anaïs Guillaumard on that yellow board with the French colors. That is the 3-bay board designed and actually built in the west of France, in Brittany, in the region of Vannes, V-A-N-N-E-S, where Patrice Romoisville, the shaper, founder of that brand 3-bay, is based. So 3rd place for Anaïs Guillaumard. Anaïs, I don't know if you remember Last year we had a pretty bad live stream for this race. I was on a boat. We were supposed to have this amazing multicam drone live stream and so on, but the weather was really dreadful, and as a result we couldn't see much. And Anaïs Guillaume was actually one of the athletes that I missed last year. She was on a blue board, I remember that clearly. She was on the blue board, but it was a drone shot from very far up, and I didn't recognize her. I actually think that the 3-bay founder thought I was doing that on purpose, but no, it wasn't the case. Promise. But here she is, 5th place right now for Anaïs Guillaume. 6th place, Mélanie Lafenêtre, also from France. There's a bit of a gap between these two. So, I don't see that evolving so much in the favor of Mélanie Lafenêtre, knowing that long distance is not really her favorite discipline, and it could actually advance unfavorably if Jenny Kalmbach and Yona Rivet from Costa Rica and France manage to close in on Mélanie. Mélanie. Joyeux anniversaire Mélanie, 25 ans! Allez Mel! I had to give a shout out to the French athlete who turned past her first quarter of a century yesterday, 25 years of age now. Zveva Sabato behind us in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th place, and still that battle for top 10 going on at the back between Claudia Postiglione and Susak Molinero. All right, let's get closer to a group. Maybe let's catch up with the front. So, given that I very much doubt, unless Alba Frey really loses the plot, and she did confide yesterday that she was not feeling so great. So if Alba has an issue somehow, Espe right here in 4th place, who was the big favorite going into this race, but had a huge fall at the start. That would be the only situation where Espe could, I think, come back on the girls at the front. But there is indeed a gap. There is indeed a gap, and Espe has seen it. There is a gap behind Mari Carmen Rivera right here. Mari Carmen Rivera. And watch out. Let's go away. She's shouting, let's go away. Mari Carmen Rivera and Alba and Duna Gordillo, 1st and 2nd. And Alba is not happy. She's shouting, but I don't think we've done anything wrong here. So let's just wait for her. She's probably gonna tell us what's going on. So 1 and 2, Mari Carmen, Duna. Vamos Alba, vamos. Alba Frey, 3rd. And then a big gap, and Espe is in 4th place, managed to climb back to the front. Right here, the 2024 ISA Sprint World Champion Alba Frey from Fuerteventura, taking another line. I thought she was at the back, but look at her. She's actually trying something different, and it seems to be paying off. And Duna Gordillo all of a sudden lifts up her head and said, oh, she's not actually behind, she's actually next to us, choosing a different line. So Alba virtually on the same line as Mari Carmen Rivera and Duna Gordillo. So still those 3 leaders, but 2 different choices of lines for those athletes. And we've got some jet ski monkeys right here taking selfies and just, yeah. Hopefully that will not bother the athletes so much. So we're gonna see with that buoy inside over there. It's actually a long line. It's actually a long straight line to that buoy. And Mari Carmen Rivera is showing something right now. Big push by Mari Carmen. She was second last year here in Barcelona. We were waiting last year for that big battle between Mari Carmen and Espe, and they were indeed at the front, the two training partners for most of the race, and Esperanza Barreras did take the lead at some point and stayed at the front and won the race. It is still an pretty open podium right now between these three. Finally reunited, so Alba Frey did manage to, with that big push and choosing a different line, managed to reconnect now with 1 and 2, and now that she's in the draft, she's taking time to hydrate herself, just like Duna Gordillo right here. Still Infinity, still NSP, and still Starboard, 1, 2, and 3. And a big gap. And once again, I reiterate what I was saying. I'll be very, very surprised if Esperanza Barreras manages to get back in the last, I guess, 2.5 kilometers left into this race to the very front. I think that's the best she can do against two world champion and one vice world champion, Mari Carmen Rivera. Let's talk about Mari Carmen a little bit. This season she won Sancti Petri, but before that, so Sancti Petri was top number 2 of the Euro Tour. Before that, the weekend before that, she was in Crete, in Greece, and she won just like Shuri Araki did in the men's. She won 3 of 4 races. So there was the TotalSUP race, which was an ICF World Cup, followed. So that was on the Thursday and the Friday, and the Saturday and the Sunday there was the Agios Nikolaos event. So 4 races back to back and 3 different disciplines: sprints, technical race, and long distance. And Mari Carmen won the 2 technical races and the long distance. She didn't win the sprint. And Shuri Araki did exactly the same in the men's, except that Shuri did not take part, I think, in the sprints, or didn't make it the final. I'm not sure what happened there in the sprint for the men's, but basically this young athlete from Puerto Rico still waiting for that gold medal in the World Championship. She's got many silver, many bronze. Almost losing her paddle there. Duna Gordillo, probably the wind effect. Mr. Stroke and Alba Frey always trying to stay with the 2 girls at the front. We should have a sprint finish. I guess we got 1 more buoy to go, and this one buoy about 400 meters away from us, that is going to be, it could be a key moment of the race. So I'm going to ask, voy a preguntar a Max de estar cerca de la boya, porque eso puede ser un momento importante para la carrera. Vale, vamos a la boya. We're going to stay on the outside of the buoy, and we're going to leave these. Estamos bien, creo que estamos bien. All right, Alba Frey now trying to once again trying another line. Duna Gordillo stays precautiously in the draft. Although it's super choppy, Duna Gordillo manages to stay in that draft. behind Marie-Carmen Rivera, who's at the front. The Infinity Speed Freak from Puerto Rico, watched hopefully by Dave B. Right now in California, the CEO of the Infinity brand, which is a historic surf brand down in Dana Point. Once again, Alba Frey being pushed at the back and trying to reconnect. But that group of three is still very compact. In fourth place, still Esperanza Barreras not making any improvement to her position, nor reducing that gap in front of her. And then it's a big gap of maybe 50 meters, and it's Anaïs Guillaumard in fifth. So it is very likely that our top 5 women podium is this one. Which order, especially for the top 3, that is yet to be decided. And we've got one last buoy to go, and then a straight line. That's the last buoy in 100 meters for the athletes. Let's see what happens here. Who's going to start and sprint before the buoy? Who's going to start and sprint after the buoy? Or are they saving it all for the last meters of the race? We're going to find out soon. This is a busy area. You can see there are boats, sailing boats, tourist boats. So on top of the natural chop, there is plenty of water effects caused by many unsolicited boats. Once again, Alba Frey trying something different, pushing herself at the height of Duna Gordillo, but she will be on the outside. This is a key moment of the race. Who's going to make the most of that buoy? It is still Marie-Carmen Rivera in front. Alba on the outside. Duna Gordillo in the draft, but she'll be on the inside. No major movement right here. Maybe just after with Marie-Carmen Rivera actually giving a big push. But she's turning super wide, super narrow. I think Marie-Carmen is losing the plot a little bit here. She went a little bit too much on the inside. Is she watching where she's going? Duna Gordillo is making the most of that. I think that's a navigation mistake by Marie-Carmen. She went really on the inside. I think she was aiming for that crowd over there, but that's 300 or 400 meters away from the actual finish line, which is a little bit more on the right hand side. So I don't know why Marie-Carmen went so much on the inside of that buoy. She is now recovering her first position, but she gave me a little scare here with Duna Gordillo pushing really hard in the middle. Maybe that was actually done deliberately, and there was a bump that she could mill. Ooh, Marie-Carmen just losing her stance. And that's something that Duna Gordillo has did spot. And Duna Gordillo is now making a move. Duna Gordillo potentially in first place, equal first anyway. Duna Gordillo and Marie-Carmen side by side. Alba Frey is in third place, staying close, but she's not being really sucked by the draft effect, as the gap is actually getting bigger and bigger between Duna Gordillo, Marie-Carmen Rivera and Alba Frey. Or is it Alba who's actually trying once again another line? Alba Frey from Fuerteventura in third place, but the battle is on between these two. Puerto Rico versus Spain. We expected a different kind of battle between these two countries, with Esperanza Barreras now in fourth place, about 150 meters at the back. Marie-Carmen Rivera taking once again the lead. Duna Gordillo settling for second for now, but we still have 600 meters to go before we reach the beach. At the foot of the Torre Mafre, the Mafre Tower, one of the many landmarks of the Catalan capital here in Spain, northern Spain. That gap is still pretty consequent between Duna Gordillo and Alba Frey, but Alba, we saw in previous races, she can be third and still win a race with 400 meters to go. It just takes a winning bump and a bit of luck, and of course some skills. And she's got it all, Alba. So it's not over yet. Although Alba is standing tall on a couple of strokes, so trying to keep her balance. Duna Gordillo trying to make a move now on the NSP. Mari Carmen retaliating straight away, and actually that push proves even more successful than the ones before. And Duna Gordillo can see that it's all her attacks are not working so far. Alba Frey going a little bit wider, maybe trying to find some bumps coming in from the outside. I don't think that's where the bumps are coming from, so I'm not really convinced of that move there by Alba. Or she knows something that we don't, but clearly Alba going much wider. So battle for first and second taking place right now between Puerto Rico and Spain. And who knows, Alba might know something that we don't, taking a different line, looking pretty fast over there. So maybe she decided to pedal on her own just to apply her own speed and technique rather than following the draft train. Let's see if that pays off for the 30-year-old from Fuerteventura. At the front though, still leading, Mari Carmen Rivera, Puerto Rico Infinity. She's got the ever ready, her favorite board in a 14 by 21. Duna staying focused on that tail, not really drafting now. And we've got 500 meters to go. 500 meters to go, so less than 3 minutes for these three athletes. Duna Gordillo had a look on her right hand side. She saw that Alba Frey once again is doing something different. Alba is going to try and get closer to the wall, basically, and she could be right about one thing, maybe some bumps as the current is coming from here. Some bumps, some bigger bumps closer to the wall, but that's a huge bet that she's doing. And so far, she clearly looks like she's in third place right now. Espe still very far at the back. I don't think anybody is going to be able to catch up with the 9-time world champion Esperanza Barreras. So my guess is that the battle will be between these two for the first place, and it's still undecided, although Mari Carmen Rivera has been the one able to lead, to surge, and to stay at the front, and to counter-attack against Duna Gordillo. The stroke rate is increasing clearly as we are now 400 meters away. 400 meters away from the arch over there at the foot of the Torre Mafre, right next to the Puerto Olímpico here in Barcelona. Euro Tour stop number 4. Don't go away. The ending is coming soon of the Open Women's Race with 3 world champions in the top 5 and 1 vice world champion in the lead currently. Still pushing hard. Once again, Alba Frey taking a breather for a couple of missed strokes. So settling for third, clearly Alba Frey right now in third place. She won't change her fate in the next 200 meters, but it's on, ladies and gentlemen, between Puerto Rico and Spain, between Infinity and NSP, between Mari Carmen Rivera and Duna Gordillo. It is still the Puerto Rican Mari Carmen in first place, but any bumps could make a difference. Any bump could make a difference in the last 150 meters to go, with Duna Gordillo going a little bit on the outside. And actually Alba Frey cheering for the athletes at the front. Mari Carmen Rivera, she was second last year. She's in the lead right now with 2 or 3 meters of a gap for herself. She's got a bump. She's got the Infinity ever ready, and she's milking that tiny bump, increasing that lead over Duna Gordillo, the technical race world champion. Duna Gordillo in second place. Mari Carmen looking down. She knows she's got that 10-meter lead. She knows she's got 50 meters to go before she claims another Euro Tour crown on the 2025 circuit. It is going to be Mari Carmen Rivera. A magic bump. She's gonna get it. Mari Carmen Rivera. One more bump to go if she doesn't fall. If she doesn't make any mistake. If she unleashes. Oh boy, oh, she goes down, but that's okay. She is the champ. Mari Carmen Rivera wins the BCN SUP WORLD FEST 2025 long distance Euro Tour stop number 4. Duna Gordillo finishes in second. Puerto Rico and Spain 1 and 2. Spain again in third place with Alba Frey on the starboard all-star. The 2024 ISA Sprint World Champion finishing in once again at a top ranking in an international race. Well done. The 3 finishers at the front. Mari Carmen Rivera, Duna Gordillo second, Alba Frey third, in fourth place. And that's definitely one of the big stories of the day. Esperanza Barreras, the favorite before the race, especially after winning the long distance in Santa Pola last week at Euro Tour stop number 3, which was an event that counted also towards the European SUP League. Espe managed to get back to the front after being very, very, very last. After 300 meters, Esperanza Barreras finishes in fourth place. Amazing result by Espe. And who have we got for a place on the podium, just like last year? But when she was fourth, she is fifth this year. Anaïs Guillaumard will be able to climb on the podium of the BCN SUP WORLD FEST. The athlete from Brittany, France, will put the blue, white, and red colors on the podium in fifth position of Euro Tour stop number 4. And I guess I'm gonna be I'm happy to announce that I won't have to eat my hat. So that hat is staying just like it is on my head. Espe did finish in fourth, which is amazing, but she didn't manage to catch up with either Alba Duna or Marie Carmen. And on the podium from France, on the 3-bay custom board, Anaïs Guillaume. She was on the podium last year. She's a medical student, training to be a midwife. And that is it for the women's podium. Who else are we going to have in the top 10 now? Mélanie Lafenette, well done. The birthday girl, 25-year-old, former sprint and technical race world champion. Mélanie Lafenette on the Infinity Ever Ready. She is now a speed freak officially. Finishes in 6th place. She's just looking over her shoulder. She knows that Yona Rive is not going to be able to come back. Great result as well for Yona, 7th. So we've got France in 5th, 6th and 7th place. And Jenny come back, sticking her tongue out. That was gnarly for Jenny. She was 5th last week on the long distance. She finishes this time in 8th place at the end of the 12K race here in Barcelona. So 8th place, 7, 8th place, 6, 7, 8. 9th place, Sveva Sabato. She won't have any direct competition in the last 150 meters, but give it up for 15-year-old, 15-year-old Sveva Sabato from Taranto, Italia, who is finishing in the top 10. She was in the top 5 in the first lap. And that's definitely a big name to watch for the future, just like Claudia Postiglione a couple of years ago. Sveva Sabato has got some ambitions as a junior, fully geared with NSP. She's actually officially part of NSP now. 9th place for Sveva Sabato and her friend Claudia Postiglione from the same club, Sub Academy Taranto, finishing in the top 10 as well. So 10th place. 10th place for Claudia Postiglione. Here she is. 2023 ICF Junior World Champion. She beat Cecilia Pampinella back in Thailand and stunned the world with those 2 wins. Claudia, let's go, Claudia. But she seems to have found a strong competition with Sveva Sabato, who's actually 1 year or 2 years younger than her. So 10th place for Claudia, 11th place for Susak Molinero. She's got the Italian flag, but she's actually from Spain, from Catalonia, from here. But she lives in Spain. We had a pretty good interview with Susak leading to the event a few days ago on TotalSUP.com. You can read about Susak in that article and many other articles. So 11th place, 12th place, Velia Pisanelli, also from Taranto. So basically, Taranto is pretty much the Italian equivalent of. Here you go, Velia, surfing on that NSP Ninja. Is it? That's NSP Ninja. So that's 12th place. 12th place, Velia. So the equivalent, Super Academy Taranto is the equivalent of Daniel Pares Water Sports Club in Spain, basically, coaching a lot of kids. We've got Maddie Leblanc. Come on, Maddie, give us a smile. Yeah, surfing action for the Canadian, Maddie. 13th place, Flying Fish pro rider from Canada, also a little helper on the TotalSUP team. We've got Taryn King from South Africa on a Sonova board, finishing in 14th place. 14th place. 14th place, Taryn King, surfer. All right, who have we got for our top 15? Last entry in the top 15. That's going to be Annabelle Page, the young athlete from Newcastle, England, on NSP. Last time I saw this athlete, she was on the SIC board, I believe. And since then, 2 weeks ago, she won 3rd place in Sancti Petri. So well done, Annabelle, from Newcastle, England. Looking for bumps. She's a great surfer, this athlete. She actually surfed for SUP for England, Great Britain. So 15th place for Annabelle Page, England. 16th, Ines Blanc. And I have a feeling, I don't know, I have the feeling that all the top athletes who were super fast a month ago are maybe a little bit tired now. And that would apply for Sergio Cantoral, for instance, who wasn't, in the last 2 races, who wasn't at his best. As well as Ines Blanc. Ines was really top 5, in many open races, and she's a little bit at the back now. And I guess that's a lot of back-to-back racing for these young athletes as well. So something to bear in mind. So that was 16th place. 16th place. So I guess 17th. Emily Evans. Emily Evans from Wales, UK. I first found out about Emily Evans, this athlete, at the EuroStep 2022 in Denmark, where she was on the podium or in the final of the sprint race and the technical race, I think. So Emily Evans from Wales on a Sonova board. That's her favorite board. Let's go. So 17, 18, 19, that would be Erika Reville. Wow, 2 big names. 2 other big names, actually 3 other big names. So that would be top 20, 18, 19, and 20. Holy Pie right here, 20th place. I guess 18th place, Erika. Yeah, Erika, 18th. 18th place right here, Erika from France / Spain. And then New Zealand with Brianna Orams taking off her waist leash. So 19th place for the New Zealander Brianna Orams from Auckland. And then Holy Pie from England in 20th. So we got a top 20. And I suggest that we go disembark and that we've got our top 20 and do some interviews and try and find out what went on. I'm very, very looking forward to having the inside story behind Esperanza's incident. Hey guys, thanks everyone for watching. You're still more than 120 people watching, and I appreciate the views and the support. You can support my work and my team's work by heading to our little online shop. You go to TotalSUP.com. There's a little shop button. You can buy some merch, goodies, hats, rash guards, t-shirts, all kinds of cool stuff. Pretty good quality as well. I change that hat every 2 years, so it's pretty good. And yeah, and we make like 5 to 10 euros per product basically. So thanks for your support. and keep sharing that live stream as well. All right, we're entering Port Olympic right now. Big thanks to this guy, Max. I'm gonna finish off this live stream with. Can I have my bag, Max? Muchas gracias. Let's go. Okay. All right. Oof. It's a bit of a steep stair right here. Muchas gracias, Max. That was amazing, amazing pilot. And I'm gonna go this way. So stay with me for a little bit if you want to hear, hopefully from Mari Carmen Rivera, the big champ, but hopefully we'll find also Shuri Araki, the big winner in the men's. It's going to be tough for me to recap everything because it's been so long since the men's final. Well, I'm going blank all of a sudden. Shuri won, that's for sure. I also apologize if you see, I guess we can say titties. This is definitely something that they do over here. Show some breast on the beach. So you've got lots of people lined up on the beach right there, and a lot of them are topless. Hope I don't get banned on Facebook for that. Let's find out who have we got on the behind the finish line. I can see Claudia Luqueta over there. A few people. That's the SUP Academy team from Taranto. I said their names quite a lot. Vera Sabato, she finished in top 10. 9 and 10 actually with Claudia. Who have we got? I want to see the winner. I want to find the winner. Where's Mari Carmen? Hola. Right, there's a lot of noise here. There's Taryn King, Brianna Arams, Blue Ewer, Annabelle Page, Bai Garyu. Where is Mari Carmen? I'm not sure. Mélanie Lafenêtre over there. Let's have a word with Alba. Alba, congratulations, third place. That looks really hard and hot out there. I guess at some point you had to settle for 3. Tell us about your race.
Well, I'm happy because I think I felt better than I thought in the beginning because I was not feeling really good before the race. So I'm happy because I don't know how, but I have the strength enough to do a good race. I was trying to keep the draft of Mari Carmen and doing all the race. Sometimes I lose it, then I have to push to put in their draft again. So that was really hard for me. And yeah, at the end, in the last K, I think I gave up. I knew they were strongest this day, so I just happy with my third position actually.
But before giving up, we saw you try 10 different things, 10 different lines, trying to push, trying to stay in the draft, trying different lines. What were you thinking then?
Well, that's why I'm happy, because I think I didn't confirm with the position. I tried too many things, tried to find myself, but I think I wasn't enough today. But I tried too many times. But Mari Carmen and Duna, they were so strong today. So happy with them because actually Mari Carmen deserved to take this win. So happy for her and for Duna. They both did an amazing race and yeah.
Just 150 meters before the finish line, we heard you shout at them, like support them. Who are you supporting in particular? The two of them?
Well, I'm happy for both of them, but I was, Duna is a really good friend of mine. and I knew maybe if I showed her, maybe she feel better to push harder. And yeah, I was shooting to Duna to push harder to overtake Mari Carmen, but well, that was good.
All right. Thank you very much, Alba. Congratulations on that podium. Third place, Alba Frey. I would love to have an interview with Mari Carmen. There you go, right on cue. That's exactly who I was looking for. Mari Carmen Rivera right there, debriefing with her coach, Oscar Luis, and Jenny, who finished in top 10 once again, actually 7th place, 8th place for Jenny. But this is the woman of the day, Mari Carmen Rivera from Puerto Rico. Amazing victory for sure, leading for most of the race and staying strong until the very, very end. Well done, Mari Carmen.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I feel happy with the results and happy with the race. It was a very, very tough race, but at the end, I gave my everything and I won the race. So I'm really happy.
It was hard, huh? To first of all, you tried to break away from in the first lap from Alba and from Duna. We'll come back on Espe's mistake, or I don't know what happened. Maybe you have some inside story to tell us because you are Espe's training partner. But before that, you tried to break away, and really, I thought that's it. Mari Carmen's got the lead. She's got a 20-meter gap, but they did manage to come back. That must have hurt your feelings a little bit, right? When you saw that they were back on your tail.
Yeah, it was a little tough for the mind, but at the end, I just keep my calm, put my focus, and keep paddling, and my, like very confident with my work and my paddling, and just maintain the calm. That was my secret. Maintain the calm.
Stay calm. So let's come back on one of the major incidents of the race. You were side by side with Espe at the start, 200 meters into the race, and all of a sudden, poof, Espe disappears. She falls in. Do you know? First of all, do you know what happened to Espe? Do you know why she fell? And because when we saw her afterwards, she was checking the tail of her board. She seemed to have something stuck in maybe in her fin. Do you have any information on that?
No, I was paddling at the beginning. I saw she fell, but I didn't know that she was checking at the tail. So I'm not
So
sure.
you don't know yet what happened.
Yeah.
Well, you were second here in Barcelona. Big battle with Espe. It was another big battle this year with Tuna Gordillo. You're the winner. It's well, how many Euro Tour wins have you got so far?
This year I got 2, Santi Petri and Barcelona, and and 2 seconds. Second in Germany and in Alicante.
Okay. Well, congratulations. So clearly staying at the front of those Euro Tour ranking. I think that title is going to be for you this year. I don't know if it's official yet, but huge congratulations. Amazing to watch today. And again, that Infinity Ever Ready did the job as well, huh?
Yeah, the Infinity Ever Ready is an amazing board. Dave, if you're seeing this, thank you so much for that board. It's the best one, and it's adapted very well for me. And this is for everybody, for all the team.
Okay. Thank you very much. Woo, I'm losing the gimbal. I'm losing. Look, check out my microphone. I got too excited on my microphone. I actually broke it. There you go, Mari Carmen. Is it the last event for on your European tour this season?
Yes. On Monday, I'm going back home, rest a little bit, and prepare for the next.
And the next one will be after the summer, or you're doing the Colombia Copa America?
Well, first, I'm going to Japan. I'm going to do the Okinawa to Jeron downwind with Shuri. And then I'm going to the Pan Americans and then Copa America.
Wow. So much stuff going on still for Mari Carmen Rivera. Well done. Congratulations. That was just beautiful. Bye-bye. Hasta luego, Mari Carmen. Here you got some top 15ers. Brianna Rams, Holly Pye, Maddie LeBlanc, Taryn King, Emily Evans, Susak Molinero, Maddie McAsee. We've got Jenny Comeback right here. We've got the Brazilian crew, Pepe, Nunes, Hoda Bossi, Daniela. We've got Yona Rive, Velia Pisanelli, Erika Reville, Marie-Carmen again. And, well, unless I find Shuri Araki, I'm going to say call it a day.
Waiting on the table to race. Vámonos.
I just want to say happy birthday to this girl here. 25, she turned 25 yesterday. Joyeux anniversaire, Mélanie.
I have the back pain because I'm a 25.
Let's go.
That's a good one. All right, guys, this is it for me, I believe. I don't see any sight of Shuri Araki over here. We've got Satish right here from India. How are you, Satish? Good stuff. I'm going to turn the camera around for some Barcelona landmarks. And hopefully soon, oh, you know what? I want to know the story behind Espe's fall. And if there was something wrong with the board, and maybe Oscar Luis could have filled that information to me. No, I don't see him. Never mind. Never mind, people. All right. I don't think I've almost phone battery left. The gimbal is gone. The microphone is like the shadow of itself. Hopefully you can still hear me. And that's it for me. That was just amazing racing. We had the men's race won by Shuri Araki just like last year. And this year, Marie-Carmen Rivera was the fastest indeed. Thanks to everyone for watching. Keep sharing that stream. You can still share it. And if you want to support TotalSUP, you know where to go, TotalSUP.com. You can buy some hats, some goodies, some mugs, rash guards, t-shirts, all kinds of cool things. See you next week. We'll be at the Lake Rocks Festival. No, it's not see you next week. See you tomorrow. We've got a technical race event tomorrow here in Barcelona. And yeah, we're gonna go live at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. local time. Thanks everyone. Ciao.